What's up everybody, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be trying out a Triple Mudboy team comp in the Fossil Cup. Now again, this is a pretty difficult team to use, but this is as good a meta as any to try it out simply because of the number of rock and steel types there are and very few grass types. Obviously you do have to watch out for Cradily, Ferrothorn and especially Ludicolo, but if there's any chance for this team to work, it is in the Fossil Cup. So for this team comp, I'm going to be using Seismitoed on the lead with Whiscash and Shadow Swampert at the back. I was actually also contemplating running Quagsire. Obviously Quagsire with Stone Edge and Earthquake, especially with Stone Edge is going to provide coverage against some Pokemon like Pelipper and Araquanid, etc. But I preferred a Seismitoed simply because it has access to Muddy Water, which it can get to quicker, whereas Quagsire has double nuke moves and it can take a bit longer to get to. But overall, probably Quagsire is still better, but this is the team that I decided to run. And as you can see, there aren't really too many coverage moves at all. This team is basically just built to take down rock and steel types. So it's basically going to struggle against probably some of the other water types, certain grass types as well. But then again, there were some really fun battles in here, and it's definitely not a team that I would recommend for climbing rank, and I guess that goes without saying. But anyways, I had a lot of fun with it, and let's just get straight into it. Moving on to the first battle here, we have Seismitoed into a Lucario. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see here. And I'm going to try and go for the Muddy Water right away, but they make a switch into their Araquanid. And this is where I realized that this team has zero play against Araquanid because every single move in this team comp is resisted by Araquanid, right? I'm not running Sludge Bomb on Seismitoed. I'm not running Sludge Wave on Swampert. So basically we have access to only water, ground and ice moves, all of which are resisted by Araquanid. So it's not a great situation to be in, but then again, they go for a Bug Buzz. The good thing is at least I can get some attack debuffs off with Muddy Water. We already got one. Let's see if we can get another one. We don't get the other one. That's fine. Gonna immediately switch in my Swampert right now and go for the Hydro Cannon here. Obviously resisted, but still it's gonna do quite a bit of damage coming from a Shadow Swampert. Almost takes it out there. And now they make a switch into their Poliwrath. Now Poliwrath is another Pokemon that basically beats all the Mudboys, and yeah, I'm gonna have to shield this up, and then they go for Power Up Punch. I'm like, who runs Power Up Punch in the Fossil Cup, right? But then again, that's actually bad for me because we got baited there, and they're probably gonna go for a move right now. We fortunately managed to bait as well, and this is probably gonna be a Scald here, and luckily we managed to shield this. And at this point, I'm gonna overfarm just a little bit. I'm gonna throw the Earthquake. I was actually thinking about baiting again, but I'm just going to go for the nuke move right away here. Unfortunately, they do shield that. So this point, I'm going to actually switch into my Seismitoed to catch a Scald. And they actually throw their energy, which is perfect. We managed to waste a bunch of their energy there. And I'm going to have to come back with Whiscash because I cannot come in with my Swampert because Poliwrath is going to be able to outpace, right? Especially we can't get to an Earthquake before they can get to a Scald. So we can soak up the Scald here. It is boosted because of the Power Up Punch. And now they make a switch back into their Araquanid. And this is not going to be a Bug Buzz. It's just going to be a Bubble Beam here. So I'm going to overfarm and farm up to 100 energy basically. And then go for the Mud Bomb right now. This is still an uphill battle because they still have a Poliwrath in the back. So going for the Mud Bomb right now takes out the Araquanid, and then immediately switching my Swampert, trying to go for the Hydro Cannon. Unfortunately, Lucario is able to get to a move here. It is going to be a Power Up Punch. We survive with like 1 HP, able to get to this Hydro Cannon here. Hydro Cannon will be taking out the Lucario, and then, Poliwrath is going to come back in, farm down the Whiscash. I need to get to 2 Mud Bombs here, but they get to a move. Now, is this just going to be a Power Up Punch right now? And it's just a Power Up Punch, but we survive with like 1 HP once again there and able to get to a Mud Bomb here. And hopefully I can get to another Mud Bomb because they didn't sneak an extra move through, right? There's a little bit of lag right now. And then can we get to a Mud Bomb? I'm barely able to get to the Mud Bomb as the timer was coming up there, and we were able to take the win there. So honestly, actually, when I didn't realize it at the time of playing, but when I watched the battle again, I realized that they probably could have lagged a little bit where they couldn't have probably, I guess they weren't fully able to charge the Power Up Punch because I felt like Power Up Punch did way too little damage. That probably should have done a little bit more onto the Whiscash. So I guess I got a bit lucky there. If I realized during battle, I probably should have hit top left, right? I mean, again, they probably deserve to win that. So I'm not sure if that counts as a win, but I guess we'll take it. But anyways, moving into the next one here, we have a Seismitoed into a Politoed. So the battle of the Toads here, and then I'm just going to let the Weather Ball go through. Unfortunately, this is not a great matchup for Seismitoed because Politoed is going to significantly outpace. And obviously, they don't have to shield these Muddy Waters, right? The reason I go for Muddy Water is, I mean, I expected them to get to a Weather Ball, but they unfortunately overfarm quite a bit. And they're going to be able to farm down, but I'm able to get to another Weather Ball as well. Another Muddy Water, I should say. And this time we get the attack drop. That is very, very nice because I know they have a lot of loaded energy, but we can come in with Whiscash and tank whatever they throw, right? As you can see, it just doesn't do too much damage, obviously, because of their attack debuff. And I'm expecting this to just to be another Weather Ball. But unfortunately, they end up going for Blizzard. I mean, they had so much energy in that opening matchup. So that's not good at all because Whiscash is almost down at this point. I'm going to overfarm a bit, go for the Mud Bomb here, taking out the Politoed, and they have a Swampert in the back. I'm going to go for the Mud Bomb just to put this Swampert into Hydro Cannon range. And then I'm going to come in with my Swampert, and hopefully Swampert can close out whatever is in the back. So Charge Move is going to come through, absolutely have to shield this. And then I'm really hoping that whatever is in the back is really weak to Swampert here. And I'm going to overfarm just a little bit, and they make a really nice catch onto their Alolan Sandslash, which is definitely a solid matchup for Swampert. But I don't really want to take an Ice Punch, which is why I decided to throw right away. Probably could have farmed up a couple extra Mud Shots. And I probably could have taken an Ice Punch, to be honest, and actually that ends up kind of costing me the game because I needed that energy advantage against Swampert. As you can see, my Swampert has pretty good PvP IVs, so unfortunately we lose CMP. I guess that's one of the downsides of running good PvP IV Pokemon, which I generally don't. I mean, as you can see, the other two have pretty terrible PvP IVs, but at least it helps in winning CMP. I switched it to my Whiscash. Unfortunately, they overfarm a little bit, and they're going to be able to outpace to the next Hydro Cannon here. So, yeah, I mean, I had to switch it to my Whiscash because knowing that I would lose CMP, I needed to sort of try to catch a Hydro Cannon, but they actually farmed up a little bit more and then threw so that they were ahead on energy. So well played to them. They actually deserve to win that. So we are 1-1 in this set right now. So moving into the next one here, we've not run into any grass types yet. So let's see what happens. Moving into another Araquanid. I mean, we got away with it once, but I'm not sure we're going to get away with it again because, I mean, yeah, Araquanid is probably one of the hardest Pokemon to deal with in this meta. They go for the Bubble Beam here. I'm not sure why I'm overfarming. I need to get off these moves before getting the debuff because, again, Araquanid is such a tank and these resisted moves are hardly going to do anything anyways, right? This is where I guess I miss Quagsire because having access to Stone Edge would really put some pressure on Pokemon like Araquanid and Pelipper, right? But obviously, this is the team comp that I decided to run, so we're going to stick with it. And then going for another Muddy Water here, and then we're going to go for another Muddy Water right now. We're not able to get the defense drop, unfortunately. Like I've done about, yeah, we finally get it. After 4 Muddy Waters, we finally get the attack drop, I should say. But they go for a Bubble Beam here. I'm going to try and get to another Muddy Water, but we faint there. That is very unfortunate because they have a slight energy lead at this point. And I have to come in with my Whiscash because, I mean, Swampert is pretty glassy, so I might as well soak up all the damage on Whiscash, right? This is debuffed. Even if they go for Bug Buzz, I'm not too worried about it. If they actually go for Bubble Beam, I'm going to go for the Mud Bomb right now. We're probably going to need 3 Mud Bombs to take out the Araquanid, especially given the fact that our attack has been lowered. As you can see, Mud Bomb barely does any damage, right? Able to get to the second Mud Bomb here, and this is going to put this Araquanid pretty low. It will not KO, but they shield that. That is huge. That is absolutely massive for me. We at least got shield advantage here, which is nice. And this is probably going to be a Bug Buzz, does a lot of damage, but again, doesn't do too much because it's been debuffed. And we get the defense drop, unfortunately, but I'm going to go for the Mud Bomb here. And Mud Bomb will take out the Araquanid. Actually, doesn't take out the Araquanid. I need to get to another Mud Bomb right now. And this Mud Bomb will be taking out the Araquanid. And then we had to basically get off 4 Mud Bombs there because they shielded one of those. And they have a Lucario on the back. The good thing is we have a shield advantage, but then as you can see, these counters along with, I mean, the boosted counters along with Power Up Punch just apply so much pressure onto multiple Pokemon, right? This is why Lucario is absolutely incredible in this meta. And then I'm going to try and get to another Hydro Cannon right now, but they make a really nice catch onto their Swampert. That was a very, very nice catch. I mean, I was actually planning to throw right away because I didn't want Lucario to get off another move, but yeah, I mean, I probably should have overfarmed. Ideally, the play would have been to overfarm, land an Earthquake to one-shot the Swampert, come back and then land a Hydro Cannon on the Lucario. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it. We lose CMP as well against the Swampert, and then, yeah, I mean, that is unfortunate because Lucario is going to be able to come in and they're going to counter down, and then they're going to go for a Power Up Punch against my Swampert there. So very well played to them. That is a 1-2 in this set right now. Probably, I mean, I definitely made a few misplays. I think I probably could have played that a little bit better. If I hadn't thrown right away, we might have had that. So the last couple of games, I guess they were winnable. We were in slightly winning positions, but yeah, definitely a bit of misplay on my part. Met with the Jellicent here, again, this whole team kind of struggles against Jellicent. That's one of the disadvantages of Mudboys is that it kind of struggles against other water types, which resist water moves, obviously, and then obviously Jellicent is a pretty solid Pokemon regardless anyways. And they have a Ferrothorn. So if we're finally met with a grass type here, let's see if we can pull it off. But the good thing is we have an energy lead and Earth Power is going to do quite a bit of neutral damage, right? We managed to sneak an extra Mud Shot through. So I'm going to shield this up here. It is a Power Whip, and then I'm going to overfarm as much as I can and then go for the Muddy Water. Unfortunately, we allow them to sneak an extra Bullet Seed through, which is not ideal. And Muddy Water gets the shield and it doesn't get the debuff though. I'm going to go for another Muddy Water right now. And hopefully I can get off another one after this one. They no shield that, that's fine. Hopefully I can get to another one, but we die just as we get to a Muddy Muddy Water. That is unfortunate because this Ferrothorn is absolutely loaded right now. I'm gonna come in with my Whiscash, and then I was like thinking about whether I should shield this or not, but I'm gonna have to shield this obviously because that would near one shot. But luckily we're able to mud shot. I think they lagged a little bit there, but anyways, they come back with Jellicent. They're gonna go for a Shadow Ball here, and I'm really hoping whatever they have in the back is weak to Swampert. So going for the Mud Bomb right now, and Mud Bomb will be taking out the Jellicent from this range. They actually shield that. This tells me that whatever they have in the back could be potentially weak to Mud Boys. Which is expected, right? They have Jellicent and Ferrothorn, two Pokemon which do pretty well against Mudboy, so the third Pokemon could be weak to Mudboys, and there is a Registeel. Finally, we run into a Registeel. You'd love to see Registeel with this team comp. Going for the Mud Bomb here, and then, I'm just going to stay in, wait for them to throw, because I can just come in with my Swampert and close this game here. They're going to go for a Focus Blast here. That is absolutely fine. We're going to let this go, and then, I mean, we have no choice anyways, and then coming in with my Swampert, and I don't need to go for an Earthquake, because Hydro Cannon is going to be more than enough to take out the Registeel from this range there. So, you love seeing Registeels. I definitely want to run into multiple Steel teams, like maybe if they had like a Galarian, Stunfisk and a Registeel in the back. Those are the teams that I hope to run into, right? But unfortunately, that's not the kind of teams that we ran into, because you're going to see like the worst nightmare for this team comp here. So met with a Ludicolo. I'm really hoping this is a bubble Ludicolo, but it's a Razor Leaf Ludicolo. So I'm not sure what I'm even doing at this point. I should have just hit top left here, because we have absolutely no play. I go for the Muddy Water. Hopefully they think it's a Sludge Bomb, but they know better. And there's no way I'm making the Blizzard right now, so I'm going to go for the Mud Bomb here. And yeah, they can just like no shield flex at this point, and then they're gonna be able to farm down, and then yeah, Swampert is just gonna get absolutely shredded, right? I'm not even gonna shield this. It's just a waste of time. Yeah, we can just let this go through. Energy Ball will take out probably like 10 Swamperts, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing there. That's like one of those situations where if you're running into Razor Leaf first, this team is absolutely terrible. But we finished with a 2-3 set. I think I could have gone like 4-1 if I'm being honest. There's nothing I could have done about the last battle there, but I really felt like I could have played the second and third battles better. But I decided to not do another set with this team. Obviously, didn't really feel confident about getting positive sets. I mean, I'm going to try out a multiple spice team comp, so we're going to tank a bunch of Elo anyway, so I might as well just stick to one set per team, especially when you're running teams like these. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.